Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day on this beautiful Monday, on this beautiful morning, on this beautiful afternoon, on this beautiful evening. Dark man, welcome back to the stream. Holy cannoli, it's great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Two nerdy nerds, we got ourselves some leaf water this morning. It's true, I did point at you, two nerdy nerds. Both of you. I should have used two fingers. so I could get both of you in there. Two nerdy nerds, how you been? It's so wonderful to have you here on this beautiful day. I always prefer to call it herb drink instead of leaf water. I should have called it herb water. Herb water made with real herbs and spices. Captain Coder's 11 secret herbs and spices. Is that how many secret spices there are? How many secret spices does the Captain Colonel have? Captain Coder here on this beautiful day. It's so wonderful to have all you guys here. Oryx, welcome back to the stream. It's so wonderful to have you here. Code Monk, congratulations too. So I thought I was live. Just so you know, I thought I was live. Tuner, thank you guys for tipping me off that I wasn't live. On Saturday, I was playing around with developing, I was playing around with developing an extension for Twitch, and so to have your extension running, you have to be streaming live at the same time to be developing it, to be able to see what it looks like and stuff. And so I was actually streaming to an alternate account. And so everything was live on my end. Everything looked like it was working, including my overlay, all the stream input, all of those things are coming from this account, from this channel. So it looked like everything was going on. Captain doing the jazz hands. That's right. Captain Jazz Hands. Oryx, great to have you again. Code Monk, welcome back to the stream. Two nerdy nerds, I hope you've been doing well. I hope it was so cool hanging out, talking to you guys the other day. You guys were talking about all the other projects that you have in mind. Not just your Cat Cafe game, but all the cool games you have. I can't wait to play your deck building game. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you do that one next. Sigian, it's great to have you here. Dramulks, how you gaming nerds? We need to find this alternate account. That's where the real fun happens. It's Captain Coder's Accountant. Captain Coder's Accountant is where I was streaming. It's my secret alternate account. That really, it turns out it was like I made a Twitch account like many back when it was called, I think, Justin TV or something. I had an account. And then it had a different username, and I changed that username as a joke. Now it's just Captain Coder's Accountant. Pooh Stack, it's great to have you here. How's it stacking up, my friend? How's your project coming along? Darkman, I'm glad you enjoyed the intro. Moodniz, welcome back to the stream. How you been, friend? I hope you're doing well. It's so wonderful to have all you beautiful people here on this beautiful day, on this beautiful morning for me. Code Red Games. How are you today, Code Red? How you having? How you hanging? How you doing on this beautiful day? Code Red Games, it's great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Folks, what are we doing today? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? What am I doing with my life? We're developing a tactics engine. That's what we're doing with my life. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. What are we doing? We are working on our tactical combat engine game here. Pusek, my project has been on halt for 1 to 2 months since I'm getting settled in the project. Now slowly trying to return, but as always, it's hard to start. It's hard to start the engine back to the full throttle. Absolutely. It's going, hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, thank you for the what.
Seems good.
Thank you for the nice. Where did the nice even come from? Does the what do the nice at the same time? Look, folks, my commands are all botched up and wacky. That was interesting that it did the what and the nice at the same time. Hang on, what's happening with that? What? Where did the nice come from? Did someone do a nice? All right, someone tell me, did a seems good happen, or was that just me? Did I just imagine that? Did one of these come up? I swear I heard it. I have like audio cues for me. You guys hear the audio cues too. Anyway, what are we working on? We're working on our tactics engine. All right, so don't be mad at me. All right, folks, I've started doing something I think some people might be mad at me. I don't know if you guys can tell, but on my screen, I feel like I need to apologize. I've been apologizing to myself about this all weekend. I've been doing something I never thought I would do, or never thought I would enjoy doing. Do you ever have a bias? Does anyone ever have a bias against something so bad that you feel a little bit ashamed of yourself? Code Muck, I know. Do you feel a little bit of shame? Where's the hats? We got to get an exclamation point out. And Sidian, you have the power. So I know. I've been impressed with this web browser. As some of you may or may not know. Thank you for nerds. Poo stack. Let's get 2 hats going. We're gonna get 1 hat on this stack. 1 hat. Boom. That's hat number 1. 2 nerdy nerds. This hat's for you. Poo stack. This hat's for you. Boom. 1 hat. 2 hats. Easy. Is this hat on the right direction? It is. Okay. There we go. 2 hats. Thank you so much for the hats. Poo stack with a bonus hat. Let's get here. Let's see. Oh, almost. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. Can we do it? Oh, I can't do it. I gotta practice. All right. First try. You guys saw it here. First try. Darkman with the hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. Thank you so much for the hat. We're 4 hats deep, folks. 4 hats deep. And we're gonna hop back in here. So as many of you know, and many of you may not know, Google's latest version of Chrome makes it, they've disabled, didn't get it right test for his hat's thrown. It's true. I should have, it just keeps throwing exceptions instead of hats. Just keep throwing those exceptions instead of hats. I was using Chrome for the longest time. Google's the latest version of Chrome doesn't allow extensions to modify the DOM. So in such a way that ad blockers no longer work. You cannot use specific types of ad blockers in Chrome, specifically the ones that would block ads on YouTube. I'm not saying I ever blocked ads on YouTube, but I think it's so wrong to make it so you can't modify the DOM with extensions. As a person who's written extensions for Chrome, I was like, come on, that's crazy. Tafaz, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So I decided, all right, I'm gonna stop using Chrome. And so I started using Firefox. Let's get a different version of Firefox open. I started using Firefox, and something felt not quite right. It seemed kind of sluggish. Like maybe I'm not giving it enough time. What's going on with it? All right, so I started using Firefox. Wasn't a huge fan of it. There's a lot. So the profiles are super awkward to use. As a teacher, so I have 3 profiles in my Chrome. I have one for streaming, I have one for teaching, and I have one that is like my personal profile. So I have these 3 different accounts in Chrome. Firefox, if you want to use profiles, you have to launch it from the command line with a special argument to have it launch and be able to swap between profiles. That felt crazy. I use LibreWolf, its hardened version of Firefox. Sodium Overdose, maybe I should give that a try. Tafaz, thank you for the hat. Redeem, let's get another hat on this stack. Boom. Hang on, we'll get another hat in here. Kovalaki, welcome back to the stream. All right, there we go, nice and secure on top. Sodium, maybe I'll give that a shot. It's a hardened version of Firefox. So there's a few things that I haven't liked about Firefox, and then here's the one that broke, so to speak, broke the camel's back. Sodium, welcome to the stream, by the way. I love having you here. Where Chrome's web engine is dominating the market. So check it out. I'm building this application. Let me launch it in Chrome. Oh, sorry, in Firefox. We're gonna launch this application in Firefox so I can show you I guess I could have launched it and then just copied the URL over. Maybe we'll give Libre Wolf a try as well. But look how much slower. And this isn't just my app. I've tried it in a couple different. When I look at the responsiveness of the shadow, the responsiveness of the shadow, as I move this box around. Okay, this is in Firefox. So this is like the JavaScript events that are fine. Let's look at it we could look at it in Chrome as well, but let's look at it in Microsoft Edge. Look, the shadow stays right on us. Okay, so there's some weird, it's so much slower for whatever reason in Firefox. I don't know what it is. And I was thinking it happens on other websites as well. So I use Instacart. I have a lot of my groceries delivered. Instacart just runs. I kept going, man, Instacart's website just is terrible lately. What's going? I was like, they must have had some update that just made it terrible. Instacart like doesn't work at all in Firefox. I switched over to Edge. Boom, works, no problem. Fast. So there's something going on in Firefox. When it comes to website, that's what that must be what it is, because I am doing WebAssembly development here. So I don't know. It's very, very interesting to me. I wanted to like Firefox. I feel really guilty that I'm liking. Look, should I feel guilty that I like Edge? What's going on? Why do I feel? Here's the other thing. Edge works on Mac and on Linux. I tested it. You can get it on Mac, you can get it on Linux. Crazy. What's going on here? Why? It's because it's built on top of Chromium, actually. That's a big part of it. Okay. So what the heck am I talking about? I loved Firefox many years ago. I love Edge now. I've kind of it's basically a wrapper for Chromium. And the other thing is I started looking for Chromium for Windows. Okay, Chromium. There's a thing called Chromium Project. This is like the open source version. Anytime I try to download Chromium, and maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spots, every download for Chromium just has you downloading Windows, has you downloading Chrome rather than Chromium. So it keeps having I cannot find. I'd have to download and compile from source. Getting Chromium on Linux was really easy. Anyway, I'm very, very confused by this whole process as well. I was trying to get Chromium. Anyway, that to say, we are working on our Tactics combat engine. Tactics, our Cactus combat engine. Tactics combat engine. It's weird that this scroll bar is showing up here. Has it always been that way? Oh, weird. I'm gonna have to maybe fix that. I don't know what's going on with that. That said, folks, don't forget to join the Learn You a Game Jam. All right, I'm here. Game Jam. Is that one all? There we go. Don't forget to join Learn You a Game Jam. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Coming up here in June, only a month and 7 days away. The Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam is your chance. Why can't I copy this link? Let me paste this in here again. It's not quite a wrapper. Both Google and Microsoft provide updates to Chromium, which often get implemented in their own browser first. That makes sense. But you are, let's see what it says. But you are using Chrome engines while using Edge at the end of the day. I guess, yeah. So I think that's what's going on. So I imagine Firefox will probably catch up at some point. When will the theme be announced, Cap? That's a great question. The theme will probably be announced the day before or a few hours before. If you want to vote on the theme, though, if you want to suggest a theme, feel free to do so here. If you want to suggest a theme, you can do so at this link here. Oh no, is this a link to the wrong thing? Hang on, don't. Has this been the wrong theme? Suggest a theme spot this whole time? I gotta check something. Oh dear. Oh me, oh my. Oh no. I gotta fix that. If that's the case, I gotta fix it. Let's see whether or not this is the correct link. Copy, paste it. I think it's the correct one. I just didn't change the name. Yeah, I just didn't change the name. All right, so this is the correct link. I just didn't update this name. Hang on. Boom, boom, boom. It's the correct link. It's the correct link. Let's try again. There it is. Captain Coder's lending you a jam suggestion. Saved. Saved. It was a copy paste there. I just didn't change the name of this. Okay, so I did do it right. But if you guys want to go vote on, go suggest a theme for Captain Coder's Learn Your Game Jam. I bet this Discord link is broken too. Everything is broken. Nothing is working. No, that's the correct one. Okay. All right. But yeah, you want to know here? We're gonna listen to this guy talk about Captain Coder's Learn Your Game Jam. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain. My music's too loud. Hang on. That button that mutes my music didn't work. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. And Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join. Just to clarify, you don't have to be beautiful to win. You don't have to be beautiful. Here, let's listen to that again. I should make a disc. I should put a little thing that pops so you don't have to be beautiful to win. I think it's the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win 2. You don't have to be beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. No matter who you are, you're beautiful. Even if the Captain Coder thinks you're beautiful. We're all beautiful, Cap. Yes, exactly. $150, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. We'll see you there. All right, folks, be sure to join Learn You a Game Jam for your chance to win. Learn something new, share it with the community. Oryx, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you again. Okay. All right. So, last time we left our hero, we were trying to decide how to continue our endeavors, and what we decided. We decided Oryx with another hat. Let's get another hat on this. A stack. Boom. Chicka boom. Chicka boom boom. Chicka chicka boom. There it is. Okay. So let me get my music back on. Hang on. My music button's broken. Gotta get that fixed. There it is. Nice and gentle. Listen to that gentle music. Okay. So we have the ability to draw things onto our board, but let's say I made a mistake. I've drawn a bunch of stuff. I've done some things, and then I realized, oh no, I need to put a thing here. And all this stuff needs to get moved. We can't do it. I don't have a fix for this, but have you seen what it looks like when you drag a figure onto a tile at a 25% zoom? Yeah, that's intentional. I don't think it's not intentional. Without doing JavaScript, I can't fix this. So I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't matter. So it gets tiny, right? Because intentional is not quite the right word. It still works. It just looks ridiculous is really what it comes down to. So if I have a big space here, because I would need to change the drag image, right? So I don't have a real fix for it. Well, I guess the fix would be you could make this thing disappear when you start dragging, and then do some weird stuff. I don't care. It's not that big of an issue, I don't think. So what I'm going to want to do next, though, it's a happy accident. Yeah, what I want to do next is I want to create the ability to select an area and then move it around on the screen. Yeah, it doesn't support set drag image, so I'd have to introduce some JavaScript to be able to do it, and I'm just not going to do that for today. There is an eraser. There is an eraser. Look at me erase. Look at this go. Boom. I can erase. I can erase if I want to. I can leave those tiles behind. Because if I don't want those tiles on the screen, then they ain't no tiles of mine. So we can get rid of the tiles if we need to. Look, we can make, look at this beautiful, look, it's like an 8. It's an infinity. Okay. All right. So I'm working on what I want to work on is adding in the ability to move stuff, So if I wanted to select, so I'm building a select tool, I'm building a drag tool, select and drag to move is what I want to do. So if we go to GitHub, which I'm not logged into on this web browser, and I think I already made this here, Tactics Engine. We want to work on this issue. What is the 100 on the screen? What is the 100 on the screen? What is that? This happened last time. There's some hotkey I'm pressing. Great. Did that just pop up? I need to look. I don't know what key I'm pressing. This happened last time where some text object got created that said console.writeLine. It's like I control. What is that? I don't know. Go away, you. No one likes you. You're not wanted here, 100. Look, that 100 just wanted a friend. I think that 100 just wanted a friend. Yeah, that happened last time where there's a big console.writeLine on the screen. I don't know where it came from. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, we're using Visual Studio. So let's hop back in here. I don't know where it happened. Hundreds are beautiful too. It's true. It wants to win. Captain Coders, learn you a game jam. Okay. Oh, I was showing, sorry, I'm kind of tired this morning. Implement, select, and move. This is what we want to do. Currently, if we make a mistake while editing, it's not possible to move a large section of the map, and instead you must delete and redraw. It would be great to be able to select a section of the map, then drag and drop to move it to a new position. Holding shift while clicking and dragging should select a section of the map. While a selection is made, clicking and dragging moves that selection. And then we need to think about some edge cases. If a figure is only partially on the selection, does it select the figure? Yes, it does. It's going to select the figure and the tiles underneath it. An alternative approach would be if it selects a figure, it only selects the figure if the entire figure was selected. That's the alternative. The downside to that is when you click and drag to move, you have to leave tiles underneath that figure. So there's a little bit of a challenge there. Then the other concern is if you drag over an existing section of the board, does it replace it? I think the answer is yes. So if you take a piece and you move it, it's going to replace what's ever there. This is going to make us really, really, really want an undo option, which we don't have. So we're going to have to implement an undo and redo, I believe. But let's start here with this here. We want to, in my mind, when you select a section of the board, all we're really going to do is we're going to make that another board data. So this is the data type that represents the board. And what I want to be able to do is I want to write a function. I want to write a method. I want to write an extension on this data type that I'm going to give it a box, bounding box. And that is going to produce a board data with everything I need in it. So it's a copy of everything I need in it. That's the first step. The second step is I need a remove board. So it's like a union. So there's two things I'm going to need. There's at least two things. I'm going to need a union function where I have two maps. I have two boards and I union them together. So I take one and I add that board to the other one. So that's going to be the movement. And I need one that says taking a board and remove it from the other. So we need a remove and we need an add for two board data. So we might call it merge and cut. And I think that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it merge and cut. But the first thing I want to do is, if I have a bounding box, select all of the relevant portions of the board. And I think this feels like it is going to be a board extension, but it almost feels like it should be part of a second set of extensions that are specifically for working with multiple, like copy paste type stuff. All of these things feel like methods on the board itself for examining it and modifying, moving figures around. I think I want to create a separate second class here, a second extension class specifically for edits on the board. So I'm going to start by creating a new, this is me not knowing how to use Visual Studio well either. Where's the new, create a new file? Why is there not just a new file? They will need offsets. Exactly. Smab. So we need to think about that data as we're moving through it, right? Okay. Why don't I? There it is. Add. My brain wants to look for the new. Control-Shift-A. So I want to practice these. I'm learning Visual Studio, forcing myself to see if I like it or not. Control-Shift-A is what I want. Control-Shift-A to add a new thing. And the thing I want to add, I'm going to call this board. It's like board data. These are related to copy, paste, move. What would we call those? Board. Board. Now I can't think of a good thing. Maybe it should just go in board extension. Board editor extensions, maybe. So we're going to start off with that. We'll call it board editor extensions. Okay. We don't need to import any of these. I'm going to make this one public. And the first method I want to write is going to public static board data select section. Or is that still an extension? Oh, hang on. Public static select. Does Shift F2 work, or is that an extension still? For renaming, we can do, Shift F2. What should Shift F2 do? For adding a new item. Yes, Shift F2 does work. Shift F2 does work. New file. Control N probably works as well. Control N pulls up this thing. So this adds like if I want to do like a completely new file. So learning this tool, trying to get used to it, is an interesting endeavor for me. Select section. So what we're going to do is we're taking this board data, board, and we're going to take in a bounding box, selection area, or maybe just selection. This is an interesting thing I'm realizing also is it does a bunch of smart things. 2XP, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, friend? And Hyper, it's wonderful to have you again. I hope you're having a beautiful Monday, the both of you. Welcome back. Happy Monday to both of you. Okay. We're just going to throw a new not implemented exception. Yep, not implemented exception. We're going to come through. This is a really interesting problem that I'm considering. One of those MADS extensions that was added into the main product. Gotcha. 3Key Girl, congratulations again on your number 12. 3Key Girl, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome in. Happy Monday. So the question is, should I include the original bounding box with this? So I have like a bounding box. I think I'm going to go at no for now. Patrick, wonderful to see you. Happy Monday, my friend. Congratulations on number 13. I think that will be something that if we decide we want to include later, we can. This is just going to select an area here. So what are the relevant things? I'm doing wonderful. I had a wonderful weekend. Such a good weekend. I did taiko drums. So I'm in a beginning taiko drum group. So taiko is the Japanese word for drum. So a drum class, but we're learning how to do Japanese drumming. That has been a blast. And then we had Ethiopian food, and then Sunday I did a bunch of cleaning. 2XP, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. I would say you will need it to remove. I don't think I'll actually need it to remove, Smab. I will need it for the move. Because I'm going to need it for the move part because I want to know where the top left corner was, but I think that is something that the editor knows about. I don't think I'll need it for remove. And it's because our board data is stored as an array of positions, so it's not actually a section of the board. I don't think I'll need it for remove. We'll find out, but we'll do a select section. There's not enough hats in the stream, it's true. I got spoiled my kids with my Mother's Day. Tell us about it. What'd you get? Sounds like some good kids. We're gonna add in a test here. All right, so this is Shift F2. Do I need to click Show Templates here to make sure this gets us a test? This would be our board editor should. Maybe I should just call it board editor. And this is going to be a test. No. I just wanted it to be a C# class. I was thinking it might have an XUnit thing here. Depends if you normalize in the coordinates when creating the selection or leaving them as the original absolute positions. Yeah, I'm not going to normalize them. We could normalize them, but I'm not going to. I don't think it is necessary until when you do a paste. So if we're gonna, oh man, this is it's an interesting question if I want to do it that way. Board editor should. I'm gonna go with this way for now. I don't think I need it. I guess these don't need to be external. My eldest gave me a potted plant. My twins gave me little creamer pots that are so cute. That are so cute. Today hold maybe they hold maybe 2 ounces of creamer syrup. They're like portable pots. Some good kids. I don't know why I can't read that sentence. I'm not sure if it's me. Personally, I think it would be somewhere in the long run if you did it at creation time. So you're suggesting that I normalize it to the box that is bounding it. I don't know. I don't know if that is true. All right, Smab, I'm going to trust you. Because you never let me down. Smab, you're never going to let me down. Never going to give me up. So I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to normalize it. So in that case, the question becomes, should I have a board selection? So we're going to normalize it. So we're going to shift everything to the top left corner of this thing. So it's going to be normalized. So there's a couple ways we could do that as well. Okay, let's write a test. Let's write a test to see how we feel about it. Using shouldly. Okay. That public void should select section of board. All right, I'm going to select this section of the board. And one thing I think I'm going to do, no worries, 3Kicker, I thought AutoCrash was getting me on that time. So we're going to select section of board. I'm going to have this accept a bounding box, I believe. Let's write it without that bounding box first, and then see if we can modify it. But I think we're going to have one predefined board in here, and then we're going to do a couple different selections on it and have that tell us. I don't know if we can do that, actually. We'll see, without making the test kind of convoluted. Mr. Mard, welcome back to the stream. Mr. Mard, how you doing on this beautiful, beautiful Monday? Hope you're doing well. The paste or move, how do you know how to easily work out how much of an offset without knowing the so I was gonna I was gonna do it at the time I paste it, right? So I'm gonna have to do it at some point. The move wasn't gonna be that bad, because the move would be, oh, I take the offset from the start position. If I do a cut, that's where the problem comes from. When I do the cut, I'd have to do a paste. I was thinking of just from the move standpoint. That's fine. But yeah, I think it's fine to do it at the beginning. At some point, I have to do it. I was thinking during the move is when I would actually do it, because then I know the size of the bounding box of where I've pasted in. The issue I have is it's fine. I don't think it matters. I'm trusting you on this one, Smab. I think you're probably right. At some point, I do have to normalize it, or do some kind of keep some offset when I paste this thing in, right? Right, maybe. All right, let's look at it here. Mr. Mart, I hope you're doing well. You may also want to paste into a second board or layer that has different board sizes or coordinates. Yeah, I was planning on having a separate layer, and then when you click off, then it actually like will merge the two together, right? This is part of I actually think this might have been you go into a second board, right? And then you actually shift that whole board around a little bit, and then those two things merge together. In which case, it doesn't. I don't think it matters that much. But let's do a selection of the board. So the idea being, it'd be great. All right, I want to be able to select a board. There's a couple edge cases when I have a figure on the board. I want to be able to select. So we're going to start off. All right, let's start off here. Let's make a new board. Board data under test. We're going to create a new board. The autocomplete here is quite terrible. Tiles. We're going to create a new set of tiles. And we're going to do a new bounding box. And the bounding box, we're going to go from 1, 1. We'll do 10. We'll do 5 by 5. Ooh, can we not do this? I have to do this. Okay. So we have a 5 by 5 box. So our board looks like this, 5 by 5. This is the board we have. I'm going to select this section of the board here. And then I'm going to pull it out and move it up over here. So that's the idea, is I take this board, I'm going to grab this section, and I want to move it up here like that, just to give it a test. What happens when you try and select a board that has a partial figure on it? Is it illegal? Yeah, so I've already said that my plan for that is it actually includes what will happen if you try and select. So I did already ask this one. If we try and select this section, in my mind, there's kind of two options. In that case, it actually is going to add, it's going to add in these extra tiles around it. So I think that's the simplest, most intuitive thing to do, rather than just not adding in that tile. So our selection doesn't actually have to be a bounded box. I want to do it similar to, I think, the way Aseprite does it, where you don't actually have to have all the tiles selected when we're doing these things. So when we select it, it actually will add these 3 tiles on the outside into it. And that does what Aseprite would do. You can actually have like irregular copy pasted sets. I think it includes the figure, and it actually includes the tiles that the figure are on. Either that, or it includes the tile but then doesn't remove it. I think that's the easiest to implement. The other one would be make it so it like doesn't include, it includes the tile but not the figure, and when you move it, it adds that tile in. So that's sort of like another option we could take. I think what it does is it will actually extend to include that those spaces if you actually have it, and then it will actually redraw your box around and say, hey, by the way, this is the box that you're actually going to copy. So if I do a shift and grab on this section here, the actual preview for what I'd selected, it's going to draw a little box. It'll actually extend to that box for you. Yeah. Exactly. I'm writing the simple test first. Okay. So this is going to be a simple one. And then we're going to do a board. Oh, I guess we should go ahead and add some figures to this board. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to add. Yeah. Let's do that. So our test board here. Let's put a figure on here. I need like an almost simpler form of this to make my test writing easier and a little bit simpler to see. The tests are kind of hard to visualize. Do it without figures first. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do it without figures first. Okay. Select section of board without figures. All right, without figures, without props. So I'm going to select section of board with tiles. There we go. So it's just tiles. We're going to do a selection here, and we're going to move it. So in this case, we're going to do under test dot select section, and we're going to do a new bounding box. And the bounding box that we want is going to be a, yeah, I wanted to do a 3x3, and here's the interesting thing is this tool would be nice if it had a little positions here, 3x3 in this section. This happens to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and then this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our top left is 3, 3, and then our box happens to be 3x3. Oh, I have an extra comma in there. There we go. So this is our selection. And this is going to give us back a board data. This is going to be the selected area, actual selected. And we're expecting this actual selected dot should be. And then the expected board. To an expected board. Board data, expected board. Solomon C. How you doing, friend? Should be tiles equals a new bounding box. And if we're normalizing it, this would be 0, 0, 3x3. So if we're going to normalize it, this is what that would look like. Solomon C, how you doing, friend? Great to see you. Oh, I have a semicolon there. There we go. semicolon there. I don't know why all these extra semicolons are coming from expected word. Okay. So when I do a selection, it has just that piece, What does the dot dot do in the list? You aren't copying and extending an existing one. No. So this dot dot here is part of our collection. I forget exactly what this is called. This is like a collection initializer. It says I'm creating a list or a set or a collection of some sort. This thing is an IEnumerable. There's multiple values in it, and it's saying expand collection spread operator. Thank you, Smab. So it takes this collection on the right and flattens it out and adds it to this list. So if I had multiples of these, so for example, I could also do, can I do 2 here? Bounding box 5, 5, 3, 2. So let's say I wanted to combine these are 2 lists together. I want to combine these 2 lists into a single list. I would write this. It says take this list, flatten it out. Why not just do 2 array? How would I combine the 2? How would I combine the 2 if I did 2 array? So you're saying I should do .2 array? All right. So I want to merge these 2 things together. Okay. The other benefit of doing this is I don't have to know my data type on the left side. The compiler has the ability to optimize it. Doesn't mean it's going to optimize it, but it tries to be very efficient because I'm not supposed to have the ability to be optimized. Patrick, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat added to this stack. We got a lot of hats going on here. We've got a lot of hats. Holy moly, where are you? Gotta dig down, gotta dig deep. Thank you for the hats. Solomon, I hope that answered your question. Great question, by the way. Great questions. Patrick, welcome back. Oh, thank you for the hat. Patrick's been here for a little while. Okay. Okay, let's just make this public. So this is our test. This is a very simple test here. Select section of board with tiles. This will normalize it to the top left corner. Okay. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. See, this one's interesting because it'd be nice to be able to write. We'll probably end up writing a little bit more tests because we want to know. Okay, well, what happens? What happens if I select this section here? The normalization will be slightly different. Thank you for the bonus hat. Let's get another hat added to this stack. It just keeps going. This hat stack, it just keeps climbing on up. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added in there. Boom, like so. Okay. Let's run it. This is gonna fail. Let's go to our test explorer here. We'll run them. And we're going to see that this test is going to fail because I throw a not implemented exception. And then we'll implement it in a kind of a dumb way. I'm going to show you why this test is not a good test. Or this test on its own is not a good test. Why is this so slow? All right, so the reason this test on its own is not a particularly good test is because I can just do this. So I can overfit this test here, or I can write this test in this really silly way, which makes it kind of a kind of bad test. Why is new bounding box not working? Do I have to do an import? Oh, why do I keep adding this extra comment here? Is autocomplete getting me? I've done that a couple times, and I'm wondering if autocomplete's doing that. So now my test will pass, which is like not great. So watch, my test's gonna pass now. And you'll note that clearly this is not the correct version of this. So let's add in at least one more test. At least one more test. What is the output I want in this regard? One thing I was wondering One thing, yeah, it won't work. I wonder if I could do a member data thing. I was doing member data on some other ones. I'm trying to think, is there a good way to make this a theory? Yeah, I don't think there's a particularly good way to make this one a theory. I think it makes sense to have one board that I do selections on. It's like, so one kind of nice fancy, not fancy board, but one board that we're modifying or we have original. So I'm going to create a constructor for this here. Yeah, so Smab, this is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like I need to have a simple representation of my board. So maybe we should write that, because that's going to assist me in writing these, right? For the tiles itself. So the format I'm thinking, maybe we'll do that, because I don't think I have, maybe the format we'll do, it wouldn't be too bad to have a format that looks like this. Where the hashes, thank you for the ellipses via Visual Studio. This would represent tiles, and then this would represent a figure of all ones. It's harder to enforce this here. So this would be a single figure, right? And then we need some way to say, okay, this is a figure with a label or something on it to do anything. So I think a text representation is not a bad idea. The length of my namespace, captaincoder.tacticsengines.board.tests. What if someone else is making a tactics engine? You should probably almost always, in my mind, have your organization as the first thing there. I don't know if that's true. I've always been a person that does that. Put my organization name at the beginning. Is that not a common thing in C#.NET projects? Can you Blazor to add remove cookies into the browser? Yes, you can add remove cookies in the browser. If you so, you can have a save button and list the layouts as cookies saved in the browser. You could do that. It's something you do, Smab? Okay. I feel like this is a pretty common thing to do. You can add cookies into the browser. You can actually there's like you could do browser file storage as well. So you can get like even more data in there. Exactly. Overcooked. Exactly, Smab. We'd use browser storage instead of cookies. There's just going to be, it's cookies. Yeah, otherwise you have these giant cookies. Use a browser storage. I'm planning on adding in a backend. Control plus F5 though. Anytime you clear the cache, you'd lose the cookies. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think you would be able to save it as a file storage there anyway, because it's saved for the domain, unless you go in and explicitly clear out a big cache. Let's write a format like this. This will be a nice thing to have. My board has 3 layers is one of the challenges here. My board's going to have 3 layers. And so there's a props layer as well. There's a props layer as well that we can't see yet, but I guess we can think about that later when we get there. It would be really nice though to have this text version. So let's create another one. This test is kind of passed and it's not really implemented. Let's create one more extension here. Extension class. All right, Control F2, Shift F2. There we go. And we're gonna this should be in this project, Shift F2. We're going to create a board ASCII extensions. All right, board ASCII extensions. This is going to be for converting our board to and from ASCII. I'm going to state that the ASCII version of the board up front. I'm saying the ASCII version of the board cannot represent all possible boards, but it is useful. I'm going to put a little disclaimer here. tools for converting boards to and from ASCII. ASCII is not capable of representing all possible boards, but is useful in many situations. In at least one situation testing. Okay. So here's what we want. Public, static, it's a static class. Did we answer your question, Solomon? Board data from, we're gonna go to board. This string ASCII board. Okay, so we have our ASCII board here. We want to ASCII board dot replace line endings, and then we're gonna split this on new lines. Is it string dot new line? Environment dot new line. Environment dot new line. Rows. All right, so we're gonna go through all of our rows, and this is gonna get us our board in ASCII format. We're gonna say that hashes will represent tiles. Maybe we can use dots. And then we're looking for digits. So what I want, let's write a test. Throw. There's a lot of room for error here. I don't trust myself to write this correctly the first time. So I'm gonna write some tests. Dramux, I'm sorry, we're writing more tests. Lance, great to see you, my friend. This is gonna be our board ASCII. Thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on Dramux. I'm sorry. All right, we're getting low on hats here. We're scraping the bottom of the box of hats. Let's get another hat added on here. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. We're gonna have to zoom out for this one. All right. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Lance, welcome in. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's wonderful to have you here. Yeah, board. This one's like almost a string. Should ASCII board. Should, what would I call this? ASCII board should. Exactly. Well, so Smab, really all you need you need the top left corner and the bottom right corner, right? That's really all you need for your figure, and all the other things in between so are kind of going to get ignored. But yes, it should be contiguous in there. But I'm going to do it in a way where they essentially get ignored. We're not going to do any kind of real checking on it. And that might make it possible to add in props into some of our tests as well with only some minor pain. Should these just go in board editor? This is part of our board ASCII should. I don't know what to call this because I'm not testing a class. I'm testing like there's like not an instance of the class, so it's almost like board ASCII extensions should. I'm gonna go with ASCII board. Maybe I should call this ASCII board extensions. Hang on, I like the ASCII board extensions. Let's do that. Would you like to perform a rename in the project? Sure. Hey, there it goes. All right. ASCII board should. And copy this. Oh, displaying a board rather than creating one from ASCII layout. Oh, I was thinking it would be really useful in our tests to be able to represent what they should and shouldn't look like. I think they're gonna get a little more complex. Going to ASCII is easy. I was thinking it would be nice to, in the test, you display the before and after. Oh, where we could say it should be this thing. Oh, I like that. ASCII board should. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's true. These aren't that hard to make. I was thinking it would make it easy to use inline data. I like where you're going with this, Matt. This is much better. Should convert, should produce ASCII board. There we go. Let's do a, I like it. All right. To ASCII. A Raccoon Games asked, what do the two dots mean? All right, so let's swap this out. Board data. Board. I'll explain that in just a moment. Give me just a moment. This is much easier to do, actually. So you're referring to, and we just answered this a little bit. These dots, this thing on the right side is an enumerable. So you can think of this kind of as a list. There's a bunch of values in it, and I want to unpack them and then combine and put them inside of another list. So it's basically making a copy of them. Yeah, so it's letting us, we can merge multiple lists together easily. It's just syntactic sugar for appending lists together. Or enumerables, IEnumerable. If you're familiar with IEnumerable, it's not too bad. I don't know if that made sense. At Raccoon Games, let me know if that didn't answer your question. Okay. Produce ASCII board. All right. And then in this case, under test.toASCII, string actual, and then our expected, string expected, should be oh, Smab, something really interesting. I don't know if you knew this. Blazor has issues with this strings formatted in this way. I ran into an interesting problem. So it should be blank here, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was losing my mind. About it. And then do I need to end this here? Okay. Expected ASCII. Oh, I can't end it there. I need this space. This space is kind of hard to see. I'm going to put these dots here to make it very obvious that there is an empty space wrapping that. Spab, I spent a couple hours myself going like, what's going on here? This is wild. Yeah. Raccoon Games, I'll explain it a little. I'll do my best to explain it a little bit more clearly. Let me finish this real quick. Actual.should be expected ASCII. And we'll do a trim on, I guess we could trim it here. Okay, so we're going to remove the new line at the end. Okay. Oh, this will remove the space, trim end, trim end. We just want to trim the end of this. Okay. Yeah, we're going to trim the end of this string here. This test will fail. So Raccoon Games, let me show an example here. of that temp make dir lists comp example. Okay. Let's make a new .NET new console project here for it. So what this does, if I wanted to, I can create an array. Let's do int array values 1, 2, 3. So I can make a list of values here. Console dot write line, and then we're just going to do our string dot join values like this. Okay. So you'll notice, let's get into the hello world here. We print 1, 2, 3. So I have this array here. I have this array of integers. Let's say I have a couple arrays of integers. Int some values. This is 1, 2, 3. Int some other values. 3, 4, 5. And I want to make a list or an array that has both of these. I can do some values like this, comma, other values. So it lets us easily merge these things together. So values will now contain 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. It's going to contain both of them. Yeah, Smap, thank you for that link. So notice this dot is saying create a collection. So these square brackets says I'm a collection of some sort. Create a collection that is the combination of these two arrays. So it copies all the values over into a new array. Udathane Dika. Udathane Dika. Thank you for following me today. Udathane, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, feel free to correct me. But yeah, this is the simplest example I can think of. I hope, Raccoon, let me know if that answered your question. I hope it did, but a little bit more clear here, I suspect. And thank you for your question. So it combines them together. Okay, so this test is gonna fail. Let's make this a little bit more complex. So we're gonna add this bounding box. And then we'll do a new bounding box on position. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll add another one here. Like that. Okay. Add another bounding box, and this one's going to start at... here, we'll do it down here, just so the position offsets are a little bit different. This is going to be comma 2 here. I believe this is going to be 7, comma 2, 2 by 2, dot positions. So this allows me to easily construct my board. Easy is a strong word, but taking these bounding blocks, merging them together. And then let's add in a figure here. In this spot, we'll add a figure down here in this spot, and we'll add a figure up here in this spot. Okay. So we'll have in figures equals, and we're gonna have 3 figures on this board. I don't like the way this chooses to indent these. You'll notice I have all these extra keystrokes. I'm used to VS Code doing indentation slightly different than the way I'm doing it. I'm glad you got it. Awesome. So we're going to do a new figure here. This is a new positioned figure. Positioned figure like this. And we're going to create a new figure that is 2 by 2. And that figure is going to go at a new position. The position seems to be 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. So 2, comma 2. 2, comma 2. Okay. I'm going to add in 2 more figures. There's a 1 by 1 figure. Down here. And so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5. I should have been able to figure that out without having to count it out. 5, 6, 7. This one's at 7, 2. And this one is a 1. Oh, I already made that. Control left doesn't jump by. So another thing that this is why my navigation is slow. In VS Code, if I'm holding Control down and pressing left and right, it jumps by entire words. Oh, it's doing that here. Never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. 1 by 2, and this one was at 7, 2. Or 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Okay. Should be this thing. All right. This test is going to fail. And then we're going to implement it. Oh, math is hard. I didn't know that, but yeah, Smab, that would have been good to know. But we made it work. We made it work for now. All right, so we failed ASCII board extension here. Okay. The interesting thing is I don't have the bounds of this board. So finding the min and max position on it, it turns out to be a little bit challenging. Yeah, my board does not have a width. It doesn't have a height. So I actually need to go through all of the positions to discover that ahead of time to make it a little bit easier for me. So that's what I'm going to do. For each position in, I could also, yeah, I think I need to do that ahead in board dot tiles. Actually, do for each tile in our board.tiles. Is that not what this returns? Returns a hash set of position. Okay. Position of tiles there. This tells me there's something wrong here. This is just like the list of tiles. I did notice that as well. Down here in the bottom right. Yeah, VS Code has that too, I believe. Okay, so we're gonna go through each one. And I need to get my max value. Position, max position, or bottom right. And we'll start out with a normal position. I did notice I could change it that too. Solomon, so sorry I missed your question. You can usually use exclamation point Q to get it added in there. Could you use, here, I can add it in for you. So that once I finish this, I can try and answer it. You may need to do this with a gist or a Stack Overflow, because there's a lot of code stuff in there. I might need you to do it, but I haven't read it, but I might need you to create not Stack Overflow, a gist or a paste bin link for me to look at, like a code example. It's hard to read code from Twitch. It can be difficult, but I'm going to save that. Once I finish this, we'll take a look. Okay, so we go through all of the tiles. We'll do bottom. Guess we can say bottom right with equals bottom right with x is going to be equal to math dot max of bottom right dot x or tile dot x. So we're going to find the rightmost tile. We'll go through all of them. We find the rightmost tile. And then we also want to do the same thing for the y value. All right, so now do y equals math dot max bottom right dot y tile dot y. So this should find the largest value. So then we'll have our bounds. So this is our max row, our max column. I suppose I could also do int rows Yeah, int columns. This feels better. And we'll do rows is equal to rows columns. Oh, I'm feeling all my keyboard feels different, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just tired today and everything feels a little bit off. So we find that. So now I can do for int row equals 0. Row is less than rows. Row plus plus. For int column equals 0. Column in column. Column plus plus. We go through all our rows and columns. And we're going to check our map. Say, hey, give me the value. Give me the value. Tell me what's in this spot here. I'm going to create a string builder. String builder. Builder. Like so. And in our string builder, we will do builder dot append. And we're going to see if we have a tile. All right, so we'll say if. We'll do board dot try get tile. I think you can make max by. Ooh, yeah, we could use a link for it. Link feels pretty good. The main reason I didn't do, or not the main, I didn't think to use that. So let me start off. I didn't think to do that. I could get it in one for each loop here if I do it this way. But I could do a pair of things, say max by as well. That's not a bad suggestion. So we could do rows equals board.tiles.max by, and then we could do position goes to position.x, right? Ooh, maybe not. Oh, it's gonna give me back a, oh, so this gives me, I'd have to do like a 2, I'd have to select position goes to position.x.max. I could do this. Columns. So we get our X, we get our Ys. Like that. This would give us our rows and columns. We can do it that way. It loops through it twice if I do it this way. Which is fine. I could like do a special, I could use an aggregate. I could use aggregate to build it up as well. So the left side is the argument and the right side is the value. That's the lambda there. Great suggestion, El Colorado. And then take the X from the tile. I tried that. So when I do that, max by, can do it. I want it at the end of the day. I want it to be an int. So the problem is tiles. Oh, and then do a select, and then I need to turn it into an int though. Right? So I need to do an int, and then you're saying that here I do first. Give me back. It gives me back just a position. Dot x. Okay, I could do this. Okay, I could do this, yeah. This is another option. Max by. Okay, I could do it this way too. Yeah, this is another option. I don't hate that. Okay. So we're gonna try get a tile. Index of. I'm not sure how I'd use index of. El Corrado, I'm not sure how I'd do index of. You're going to suggest a max by aggregate. So one thing to note here is I'm looping through this twice now. I am looping through it twice. Which is fine. Try get tile. Row. It's X and Y, so column row. 1 second. Eldorado. It's not Eldorado. El Colorado. There you go. Bot is bad at parsing. Bot is bad at parsing. All right, so you said array index of board dot max by. Oh, these are not enumerable. It's not a. This is actually a hash set. So there's no index. You can't index into it. So that one won't work. It's unordered. Yeah. If you only do square boards, can't you buy max on the sum? They're not square boards. They are not square boards. It just so happens that we're turning it into an ASCII board. Yeah, so I did do, can't you max buy on the sum of X and Y to iterate once? I could do an aggregate, right? So I could do the following, board.tiles.aggregate. All right, so aggregate's gonna say, it's a function of position, use the board size. But board has no size. Because board doesn't have a size. This is all board has. This is the entire board data. There's no size on the board. It doesn't know how big it is. Yeah, that's so that's why I'm saying, oh, my board doesn't have a size, so maybe I should have one? Question mark. But then since we're doing this as like a data oriented way, so this is just data here, and then we have extensions on it. It doesn't know how big it is. I could, if I created a special data type that knew, I could. So like there's a downside here. Get a pointer. Gotcha. Yeah. So if I did it as an aggregate, I could get it in one go, right? So I could do the following: position bottom right, board.aggregate, board.tiles.aggregate. So this was like the for each loop I originally wrote. And we do accumulator. What's the first one? Accumulator and next. And this would be accumulator with math.max of, so like I feel like this one's worse. I might have seen an extension. Yeah, so I think that would be good to have. It almost feels like it might make sense to actually keep it in there. Act.x, next.x, and then this one's math.max. So this is essentially the loop I wrote, right? Y equals math.max, act.y, next.y. So I could do it this way. Ooh, a bounding box would be a good idea as well. Ooh, I like bounding box as an option. So these are options as well. So I could do it this way. So I have my position, bottom right, and then this becomes looping through it that way. It all comes down to like, do we care enough? Like this code, I think, looks much nicer than this code, right? It's not terrible. This code's not terrible. And then we could even do this. It'd be like positioned max. So if we have two positions, position A, position B, we could do this as well. All right, so max is really this. Yeah, smab. Sorry, this would be X still. A, B, A, B. Cannot declare instance member in a static. Oh, static. Oh, I thought I was writing this here anyway. We could do this. Not for arbitrarily shaped ones, yeah. Estrellas, welcome to the stream, by the way. Happy to have you here. Happy Monday. So we can do it this way, right? So this gets it in one go. This reads pretty well. I think a lot of people get confused with aggregate, and I get confused with aggregate because I want to call it fold R or fold L actually. We can do it this way, and I think we can even deconstruct this. Int x rows int calls. Yeah, we can even deconstruct it this way. This reads well. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this? Or is this confusing? I kind of like that. Move the aggregate down. Oh, you're saying put the aggregate down here? For bottom right, you could get with just maybe max by position. So I can't do that because max by position, I need to modify. Essentially, I need to modify the value. So I need to keep both the maximum x and maximum y. It's good. Max by will return the existing value inside. So what would happen is what happens. So what if I have a board where my max bottom happens to be down here. So I have a tile down here and a tile down here. My max bottom actually needs to be over here. And so it's the combination of those two things. Oh, Miss Mab, you're suggesting this be an extension. Yeah, I think this should be an extension of position, right? So position class. Or I guess this is a struct. I thought we changed it to a class. This should be... Hang on. Extension on tiles or board. You think this should be an extension on tiles or board? Or this. Oh, you're saying this whole thing. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Public. I see what you're saying. Bounding box. Bounding box. Bounding box. Bounding box? What we call it? This board data board. I think this is what you're suggesting. I like this. Return new bounding box 0 rows columns. I think this is what you're suggesting. Because now I can say bounding box board b box equals board dot bounding box. This is what you're suggesting. B box dot height. B box dot width. Gotcha. Yeah, I like this. This feels good. And we can move this into our... I think this can go down here. And at some point, I feel like I want to modify these. Roiku! Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I like this. This feels good. This feels good. Okay. You missed it by 2. Number 17, my friend. Number 17. Not bad. So we'll say if the autocomplete... I'm not used to these autocompletes yet. You're always 14 to 15th-ish, something like that. Okay, so in this case, builder.append, we're going to append a dot if there's no tile. If there is a tile, we need to do some extra stuff here. You know, I hate my nesting, and we're about to have another if statement in here, which is really about to drive me mad. So, we can do this for position in bbox dot positions. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is not necessarily ordered. Hang on. Yeah, it's not ordered, so I can't do that, sadly. I need to do something in both cases. You can go with negate first. Let's see. Pedota saying negate first, and then can create an array and then index into it. See the content. Trying to see Beanwater with spicy. We're on Leafwater today. I actually want to be able to sleep after I get off stream, so I just have I'm not drinking. I'm drinking no caffeine today. Oh! You're saying put it into an array first, and then I can just pull things out. 2D array of chars. Oh, that's not a bad idea. But then I have to like merge it, turn it into a string later. Which I don't have that extension method. I've written it a bunch of times. Oh, I see what you're saying, Pedota. And then I can have the like complex statements there. Really though, it becomes tile. I want to do a char. I think I can do it here. I still don't necessarily like it. Equals tile dot figure is null. So this is sort of what I can do, right? I could do the following char, 2 char tile like this. I think this might be the thing that I like the most. And we'll say, oh, before I do that, I will say if tile is even better. We can do a pattern match. We can do a pattern match here. We're gonna do a tile switch. Null goes to a dot. We're gonna do tile when tile dot. This would be a tile. Tile. Call this something else. T dot figure is null. Otherwise, go to dot. Can do this. And now I do builder dot append. Need difference between two figures. That's true. This is going to be a position figure. All right, so I could do it this way. So is it one figure or adjacent figures? Yeah. And just use some arbitrary. So I still think making that two string becomes really difficult. Or comparing the two string becomes very difficult. It'll become hard for me to do this if I have to know the string, because again, the order doesn't matter. What symbol should I use here for these ones? Right? The order here doesn't matter. Would I do it based on the order they're added? Like how do we determine what character to use for these? Unless I specify it somewhere. So that becomes tricky. Oh, and this is messed up anyway. Oh, no, it's not. This would be a star here. Yeah, so how do I determine what value to use for my figure? And this would be our... Oh, I still have to pull that out. Tile... but I don't know which figure. Oh, so because I'm going top left across. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. If order matters, can deal with it later. You're right. I'm going across the top. I'm going across the top, so it doesn't matter. Right. So I'm going across top. It doesn't matter. I think you're right there. Board dot try get tile. Column row out tile. And then I can do board builder dot append to care tile. We can keep track of it here as well. Care current care equals a. And this would just be current care plus plus. So this will work. Should work. I think this only works easily if you iterate through your figures, not by row column. So this is going to say the top left one will be... I think actually this works well here. Return builder.toString. I think I like this. It says the first one I encounter will be like this. Oh no! this is not correct. So that's going to do A, B... All right, this is why we write tests. This is not going to work. This will not work, yeah. I need to iterate through my figures. This is hard. This is hard. Yeah, this won't work. Because now I need a mapping from my figure to a letter. So we can add more complexity. Maybe it does. Theld, welcome back to the stream. Dan, oh my goodness, you're using ASCII strings to perform assertions, world building, and 3D tax game. I did that exact same thing, and Gabi stole my ruins. It worked out great during the jam. Working on writing a blog post about it. Gotcha. Yeah, we're getting we're getting crazy. Position figure to care. Smab, this is. Do you hate me now, Smab? Here, tell me when I hit. Care lookup. Care current. All right, Smab. Tile. T. When. Care. This is horrible. It's true. I've written them. This is why I need a library. I need my common libraries, right? Care lookup of t.figure. Yeah, I don't like this. All right, so we have to do more here. We're gonna have to do more here to track this. You have not seen the syntax. I'm sure this is a don't care. This is a don't care. Building it as a character array, 2D character array is probably the way to go. But I'm stubborn. Stubborn. Call this next care. Hang on. We're going to be stubborn, and then we're going to realize we're wrong, and that Smab's always right, and then we're going to go back and fix it. Smab's always right. And then we got to take a break. We're going to be stubborn. We're going to be stubborn here. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. So I know someone needs a break as well. Yeah, I'm running on just a few hours of sleep as well. We're going to have a function called next care. Or get care. All right. We're abstract. We keep doing abstractions till the world falls apart. When t.figure is positioned figure. Oh yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna throw a new not implemented exception. Okay. Journey. You've not seen the underscore. So this is basically, I could do bool success. So the underscore here is indicating, hey, this variable, this method returns a variable and I'm discarding it. Apparently this, I should be doing this as well. This is just to imply intent. It explicitly say, hey, by the way, I'm intentionally, I know that this thing returns something. I'm not using it. I'm throwing it away. I'm throwing it away. All right, char, get char, position, figure. Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy here. So we're going to say, if char lookup dot contains dot try get value figure out char value return value. Otherwise, Smash like I can't watch this. That's fair. That's fair. It's getting gnarly, right? What is the complexity of this program? Oh, it's O of n squared. I mean, it's O of n if n is the number of positions. I don't think it's n squared. It's definitely not n squared. You're welcome, Journey. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Great to see you here. Otherwise, we're going to do char lookup of figure equals next char plus plus return char lookup figure. Okay, I think this does it. I think this does it. Can we make these static? They're implicitly static, right? Oh, they're not, because they're local, because I need this thing. I need these two things. Okay. Oh, it's big O of cat. It's a big oh no. It's a big oh no. All right, do my test pass. Does this test pass? I've only written one test today. ASCII board should produce this thing. All right. Let's run it. Come on. Cross your fingers with the Captain Coder here. ASCII board should. ASCII board should. Do we have an infinite loop? Test turn runs forever. Oh, we fail. All right. Let's see what we got. Is it just a white space error? Pull my test explorer out. The figures can take up multiple tiles, yeah. So it's a little bit tricky. Should be, but was. Oh, I missed my new lines. I'm missing new lines. I'm also missing some B's. All right. Let's put you back over here. Test Explorer. Unpin you. I didn't do new lines. So I wrote a test. Yeah, Dan, thank you. I'm missing that here. So on my rows, we're gonna do builder.append line. And then we want to trim end. You have a capital S in to ASCII. Oh, that was intentional. To as CI. Smab, is this not how I Smab, is this not how you spell ASCII? The rest of the world spells it this way, by the way. Folks, let's vote on it. One's in the chat if this is how you spell to ASCII. All right, here, we'll fix it. To ASCII. There we go. Smab, how do we do? How do we do? This is my favorite Pitex format. Ski. To ASCII. Thank you, Smab. I appreciate it. All right. To ASCII. Let's fix that there. To S. You want me to do all capitals? That's really You know what, Solomon? I think you're right. I actually think you're right. Is that this would be the humane thing to do. This would be the humane thing to do. We are sad. We're sad. I'm so sad right now. I'm not even close. All right, hang on. Less than or equal to. Which feels weird. But I think it makes sense. Okay. If it was me, the project would be scrapped. Try debugging. Waxin, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Rabbit of Moon, I missed you. Welcome in, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Waxin, how the heck have you been? We're missing... Yeah, there must be a bug in our bounding box. All right, let's write a test for bounding box, I suppose. This one felt too easy to get wrong, but clearly it's wrong. Okay, Smab, thank you. I feel like I had seen that before. I think I want to write a test for bounding box. No problem. Well, clearly it's bounding box, right? Maybe not clearly. True for most acronyms. All right, we'll fix it. To as key. Yeah, we can put a breakpoint here. If I can figure out how to do that in Visual Studio. Anyone who's new here, I'm new to Visual Studio. But yeah, let's do a debug. We'll debug it for you. The bounding box is wrong. So I should write a test for my bounding box. Why? Make sure it's set to build for debug. How do I make sure of that? Step over. Okay, so I'm new to all of my debugging tools as well. Down here, okay, so we have a B box. We have a height of 5 and a width of 8. Height of 5, width of 8. That is wholly incorrect. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that would be correct. No, width of 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have this extra... Oh, you know what? Why? Can I turn this... How do I make it so ellipses don't do this thing? All right, so I actually think I have it working here. Look at yours working against you. Oh, I know. Look at that. Look at that. It's the 2 box at the top ribbon. Have 4 of them. Yeah, but to make my string match, I only need 3. To make my string work out, I need 3. All right, we can do this. Here. This is the solution. This is the solution. We'll make this 3 by 2. There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Left of my green buttons. You want me to set to a different? I'm so sorry. Everybody, I'm sorry. I don't know. Left of my green buttons here. Perfect solution. There we go. All right. How do we do? Come on, baby. First try. Oh, there's build errors. Oh, no. Where are my build errors? That doesn't make sense to me. .NET build. Debug for debugging. Oh, you're saying I should be in debug mode here. I thought you were saying I wanted to switch this release. Something weird is going on. Did I never quit my debugger? Is my debugger still going? Oh no, it seems to think that something is still has control of this. Is there like a full stop button? Control Z to undo? What am I undoing? So what's happening is there's a process running. There's a process running that has control of this object, right? I feel like it's the debugger. The only time I've seen this happen is in the debugger. Restart the PC. Let's not do that. In the past, I've had to like force kill some stuff. Cast kill PID1. We're not going to do that either here. Maybe if we close the solution and reopen it. Well, I'd clicked stop on the test. The test had stopped, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it was stuck in debug mode, and I didn't know how to get out of it. Well, I wasn't seeing the option here. Anyway, we got it here. We got it here. Okay. Boom, passed. We did a booyah, Grandma. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Ooh. Because I've seen that error before. That's how I knew. I think. All right, we got it. We got our 2 ASCII here. But now we can actually do something. We got to take a break. We've been going so long here. Booyah, Grandma. Thank you so much for being here. You're in charge while I'm gone. Booyah. Booyah. You're in charge, folks. If you guys don't know, the incredible, fabulous Booyah. I'm about to shout out the wrong person here. I should copy and paste that name. Booyah. Oh, there's a tab complete, right? Booyah Grandma is making a cozy game, Alpine Lakes. Go check them out. Booyah Grandma, thank you so much for being here. I want you to take care of everybody. Be real nice to them. Show them a good time, but not too good of a time. Just a good enough time to keep them here until the captain gets back. Don't go anywhere. I got to get myself some more water, some more tea. I'll be back. Lance wants the bonus hat. We'll get the bonus hat when we get back, Lance. I promise. I promise. Remind me. I'll forget. But please remind me. I'll be back. All right, everybody, thank you so much for waiting. I heard a second hat redeem while we were gone. Who got the hat? Solomon with another hat. So Lance, we got a hat for you. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Boom! Get that hat stack started over. After the break, we reset the hats, folks. We reset the hats. Give my neck a little rest there. So we got one hat, and then we got another hat there. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, Lance. Boom. Thank you guys so much for the hats. Appreciate it. We're gonna hop back in here. I know we normally stretch. I did a little bit moving around we got here, but I want to get back into. Is your neck okay? It's doing all right. Idrith, welcome back to the stream. Wonderful to have you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. We just implemented this ASCII thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do a commit here with some of the stuff that I have here. Idrith, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat added to this stack. There we go. How do we do? Idrith, how do we do? Oh, yeah, let's get your question in. Thank you for the reminder. Let's pull that up. Solomon had a question. Let me do a commit. Before I forget. And then we'll get in there. Smab, don't be too mad. I'm using Git Bash again. I'm using Git Bash. No, don't be too upset. I couldn't stand PowerShell. It was missing the autocompletes that I wanted, and I needed to install some weird thing to get them working. It was just too much. It was too much for me. Let's do a git add here. Let's do a format. Just make sure our formatting is reasonable. PWSH used. So PowerShell doesn't do tab completions for Git. The tab completions, the way I'm used to tab completions working in Git, are different in PowerShell / non-existent. There's like a second. There's another thing you can install. Okay, well maybe that's when I looked it up. It like wanted me to download. It said there was no agent for PowerShell to do Git completion, and I needed to install a whole package to be able to do it. Anyway, I'm learning Visual Studio. We're gonna see how I feel about. We're gonna learn one new tool at a time. PowerShell can wait. For now. Okay, so we do have some changes. What were the? That's a good one. Those are good changes. That's a good change. Wait, it changed something weird here. Oh, there's just a breakpoint here? Okay. ASCII board should. Got rid of that. Okay. Oh, it wants there to be an extra line at the end. That's... No, it's getting rid of it. Okay. Git add. Git commit -m beat. You have no complaints using Bash. Gotcha. Got to use command over PowerShell. Oh, just like regular CMD. I was using VS Code, Dan. And the main reason is I use it at school for my students use it. So it's like me learning the tool. That said, I don't think I'm going to be doing Blazor projects anytime soon with it. Solomon, whoa, I hadn't thought about that one. Luckily, you didn't tell me to do sudo on that. Otherwise, it would have been really bad. We added in a method. Board implement board dot to ASCII. Yeah, I'd be careful who you tell it. Some people, look, I've been around the block. But that's a dangerous command. It's a dangerous command. Okay, there we go. We got this added in. Let's take a look at some. It stands for feature. I wrote. This is a Google thing. It's a Google. It's the team I worked on for years used this. So it's just saying this particular commit has a feature. If it's saying it modifies how the code works, it adds a new thing. It adds at least one new method to it. So my feet are the co-authors. Correct. Clearly the answer. All right, let's take a look at your question here. McNets, how you doing today, McNets? All right. If you init an array to have 2 elements, for example, char array 2 has just an I, will the compiler error out? If not, what happens if I try to access the second one? How do I set the second element? Add /f1b. Also, what happens if I were to count the array? Will I get 2 or just 1? If you init an array to have 2 elements, the compiler, oh, you copied and pasted that twice, I think. If you initialize it to have 2, the second one will just be 0. So whatever, if it was a char, it's the default value. I'm glad you're having a beautiful day, McNets. I'm having a beautiful Monday myself. The easiest way to test this is to do it. The easiest way to test this is just to do it. The format is documented at conventional commits if you're interested in seeing the wider syntax. Yeah, there's more to it. Lunar Wolf, thank you so much for that. Welcome back to the stream. It's wonderful to see you. I hope you've been having a wonderful life, wonderful year, wonderful day. The easiest thing to do is just to, this question, you could just initialize, right? You could just write a thing here, say, does C# let us do this? Okay. And you're saying if I just do a 1 here, does this even compile? I don't know if this is valid syntax in C#. Array size cannot be specified in a variable declaration. So we can't do it on this side. Yeah, so we can't do it on this side. Right, so I could say char array, and then on this side, I could do 2. Can we specify values in here? I don't know if this is even valid syntax. An array initializer link 2 is expected. Yeah, so this won't even compile. Compiler says, hey, you can't do this. You can't do it. So the answer is, it won't let you do it this way if it's an array. And then the second part of the question was a compiler errors, yeah. If not, what happens if I try to access the second? Okay, so the answer is it is a compiler error. So the compiler won't let me do it this way. If I could do this, sunny in Scotland, glad to hear it. Do I need to put, yeah, so I could do this, and then if I try and access it, it's actually going to give me back the value 0. So I'd say if some values of 0, I'll just do a console.writeLine. We're gonna say cast it to an int because it's gonna be the null value. It gives us the default one. There was some .NET Twitter drama. I don't spend a whole lot of time on the platform formerly known as Twitter, so we get 0 back, right? So if I don't specify a value, it gets initialized to 0 or the default value. If this happened to be of an object type, it'll be null. Oh, it's not going to let me cast it here. Yeah, so this is why the object initializer is a little bit better. Again, this happens to be null here. Because I can't make that mistake now. Yeah. Have you ever tried out impact labels for issues? I don't think so. Just started yesterday and I wondered if it would help direct people to important tasks. Oh, yeah. So I think I know what you're talking about. I just called them labels. I didn't know they were called impact labels. Like this? Is this what you're referring to? Folks, if anyone wants to take a crack at this, contributing to this project, here's an easy one. The easier one. Not the easiest, still I'll know the code base a little bit. But in our editor, adding in a little button to make a new map would be really useful to have. Like resets the map. Okay. That is a label. Yes, I have different groups of them. Oh, so you like have a subset of types of labels. No, I haven't done that. McNet, send me a link to the Twitter drama. I gotta know. I gotta be involved in the drama, or drop it on the Discord maybe. I'd be happy to check it out. Someone making a game in .NET with Blazor. That would be me. I hope I answered your question, Solomon. All right, let's see if we can actually finish up this feature here. Whew. All right. Board, let's close others. Okay, so selection of board here. We wanted to make a second selection. So back to our regularly scheduled task we were working on. I wanted to make a bigger board here. Make a different board. And have a little bit more stuff going on in it. I'm gonna make a board here. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Copy that. Copy that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right now we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really good at this, as you can see. 5, like this. Post an example screenshot on Discord. Would love to hear your thoughts on it for the labeling. Okay. Yeah, we can take a look. Can you use exclamation point Q to add in a reminder for me? Yeah, I want to have a couple different tests with this. All right, let's add in another thing here, and then maybe one down here as well. Okay, so this is our board. I'm gonna set it up this way. Sorry, it's actually question. Sorry, I'll do it. Review labels on Discord. Sorry, my everything's hard. Nothing works. Everything is broken. No, don't apologize. It's my fault for not explaining it well. Okay. Let's add in a figure here. Let's add in a figure here. Let's add in a figure here as well. A, B, C, D. Okay, so these are going to be our figures on the board. So let me go ahead and write this board out. So just so I 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I should. That happens so, Idrint, that happens so often. I should do that. Smab, thank you for that. That's a good idea. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we have multi-cursor here? Yeah, add in a space. Okay. Let's go ahead and build this board out. We also have a second set of tiles. Put this on here. Mendoza, how you been, friend? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're doing well. New bounding box. This is position 8, 2, 2 by 3. New bounding box. This one is in position 5, 6, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 2. Okay, so there are tiles. We're gonna add 4 figures. Like this. Dan, I was thinking about that. That's what we, yeah. So one of the issues, Dan, is our board cannot, all possible boards cannot be represented as ASCII. So like going the other direction would probably be fine too. For writing test, it feels like a good idea. Feels like a good idea. Okay. Fine. Fine, Dan. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Gee, thank you so much for popping in. Enjoy your day. Have a beautiful day, my friend. All right, Dan, we're going to do it. We're going to see if we can do it. All right, so let's go into our ASCII board extensions. Public static board data to board data. This string board ASCII board. All right. Kage, welcome back to the stream. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? How's your game coming along? I hope it's coming along well. Oh, that water's good. Sorry, I said that tea is good. My brain, I'm too tired. Releasing in early June. Holy cannoli. Send us a link. Send us a link, HG Kage. Doozies. I don't want to be that guy that just comes in here hating on Visual Studio, but I have to ask, have you explored it? Doozies. Great. Yeah. So I've been using it for less than a week. I've been using Visual Studio for less than a week, and I'm forcing myself to use it for a month. So currently, in my current state of being, I'm so used to using Visual Studio Code. I'm so used to using Visual Studio Code right now that I'm finding it a little bit painful because my workflow, it's messed up. It's messed with my workflow. And so I'm forcing myself to use it for the rest of May, maybe for into June as well, so that I can fill it out a little bit better. I usually use Visual Studio Code though. H. Mendoza, everyone's asking that question. Everyone's been asking that question. Apparently I need to have that in we need the Nick Chapsis video, right? Here, let's go back, undo all of this. I need to, here's what it does. All right, here's what it does. It is a collection. I forget, Smab had the right name for it. We're building out, we have these two arrays. We have these two enumerables. We want to create a new enumerable that is the combination of these two things together. Do ... separate by columns. It says expand this. It's flattening these values into another collection. So it allows us to build collections from other collections very easily. I hope that answered the question. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I've explained it a few times today. Smab, thank you for the link. Yeah. I hope that was fast enough. Yeah, it's the spread operator. Oh, was it on Jeff Fritz's account? C# Fritz. I'm going to bookmark that. I've copy pasted those into another thing so I could take a look. I know Fritz has been doing some stuff with Blazor, so that wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Let's try to test. All right, let's go to our ASCII board. All right, I'm going to finish. I'll take this. All right. Test Explorer. One of the reasons I'm hesitant to do this is I don't think I have my board data type completely figured out yet. ASCII board should. Backed. Public void. Load from string. All right. All right, so here's our string. I don't know if Doozy, I don't know if I answered your question. I'm in the same boat, but with JetBrains products, I've been trying to force myself to use NeoVim. Doozy, I was thinking we might try NeoVim later on as well. Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm building tests. Well, I haven't figured out, it's because, so there's a couple things I'm missing. But yeah, that's why I'm building tests. I'm missing props. So I've spent so much time figuring out figures and just playing with the board here. I'm missing props. And my figures and props need to be able to rotate. So I'm not sure I have the data type finished yet. I feel like I'm unlocking 100% of my brain when I properly hit a NeoVim Vim key combo. I used Vim for years, not NeoVim, and then I switched to Emacs for years, and I felt like my productivity died when I switched to VS Code. Those, I think the overlap will be fine. I don't think we'll be able to represent it well as a text using text. So that will be interesting. I think I need a third figure here. Let's do... I want a bigger figure. A 3x3 figure in here, just to get the whole picture. Let's do our C. All right, so this changed to a B now. This will be a C, like that. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it, doozies. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Being able to clear all text within brackets is just mwah. Love because this looks neat. Yeah, if you want to check it out, it's open source. You can find it online. I don't know why my what command isn't working, but that's okay. It's okay. It's all right, Firebot. No, I don't need you. I don't need you, Firebot. Also, Shy Program, I don't know if I said hello, but great to see you. All right, so we're going to add in... we need to change this one here. This one became a 4x4. This one became a 2... Oh, it's still 2x3. Okay, still 2x3. And our position, though, became 6. Did I have that wrong to begin with? 6. I had that wrong. 6, 5. Okay. And it's 4x4. All right, so under test, or this should be our expected board. Yeah, I'm super tired today. I'm running on just like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Not enough. I probably should have just said I'm going to sleep, but I've been itching to work on this. I probably should have skipped my stream, but I've been itching to work on this all day yesterday and didn't get a chance to. So here we are now. So we're gonna have a figure here. It's gonna be a new positioned figure. New figure. It is a 1x2. This is our A, and it's in position 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. The B one is going to be in position 8, 2. We need to tell this one that it is a width of 2 and the height of 1. This one is going to be a width of 2 and a height of 3. So we're still working on our editor. And once I finish writing this test, I'll show it to you, Shy Programmer. I want to build... I need to put together like an automated deploy where it'll take it and deploy it. So that people... I can just say, oh, if you want to see the current version, you can find it there. The position is 8, 2. This one is a 2x2. Hang on. My brain, sorry, my brain is just having trouble here. This should be a 2x3. This one is a 2x2, and this one is a 3x3. The position for this 2x2 is 1, 4. Position for this 3x3 is 7, 5. All right, so this is our expected board. String to parse is going to be this string without the comments on it. Those extra numbers and stuff should actually probably be fun, but I'm going to avoid them just to be safe. Yes, the fact represents a test. It says this method should be run as a test. in X unit. So in N unit, it's just a test. So in N unit, you'd put test here. X unit uses the word fact as the annotation there. Okay, so this is our to parse. We're gonna say board data actual is to parse dot to board data. And then this is our expected board, and we'll say actual dot should be expected board. And we probably need to do an error message. Custom error message would be helpful here. We'll say, yeah, it's interesting because these don't turn to two strings. Actual was. And then we can do actual dot to ASCII. And hopefully our ASCII string works. Yeah, there's 3 testing libraries. I think XUnit and NUnit are the most used. There's also MS Test that I've never used. NUnit, if you do Unity stuff, use NUnit. There is, yeah. So I could do this. The var keyword. Yeah, most developers in C# use XUnit. That's right. Balint, welcome back to the stream. I hope you've been well, folks. If you guys don't know Cyan streams, go give him some love. Balint's an incredible and science communicator. Kind of like being verbose coming from C. I prefer being verbose as well. I prefer this version where I put the new on the right side. So I would need to do this. So this is what a lot of people do this. My preferred version, I prefer this way, where I have the data type on the left side. I like that. It's because I came from Java, probably because I came from C before that. I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Balint. I hope you're having a good time as well. Yeah, oh, I got you. Expected, here we're gonna do expected. And this would be our expected board dot to ASCII. Expected, but let's do some new lines around it. Expected actual. All right, I think this will be okay. Oh, is that new or has that been in VS before? Those different ways to test. They've been around a long time, yeah. It's nice in language with generics where you can't always tell what something is if it's being instantiated from some function. That's how I feel about it as well. For me, it's in most cases, it's about clarity. Most cases, it's about what is the clearest thing. So we have this test here. It should fail. If it passes, how do I tell this to load new test? Do I just click run again and it'll find the new test? We'll find out here. Load from string. It's running. Oh, it's running everything. This feels like it takes a long time. I think it's just the build. All right, so we got the not implemented here. Okay, ASCII board extension here. Yeah. Test successfully failed, yeah. If it passed, that means something, we do that to make sure that when we run it, we're not getting a false positive, right? Okay. Now, it's gonna be a trick here. It's going to be a trick here because I need to keep track of the easy one. The easy one. Oh, when you were starting. So I started with Unity, and so I used NUnit for a long time. Yeah, these functions are closures. That's correct. Thank you for the hat. Let's get a hat going, Shy Programmer. Thank you so much for the hat, Redeem. Let's get another hat added. Boom. How do I look? How am I looking? Many hats, extra programming power right there. Extra programming power right there. Okay. This is interesting. It's a little bit different when we're going this direction. All right, so we're going to say that letters, alpha characters are figures, hashes are tiles, and everything else is ignored. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a tricky thing because I have to be able to construct this figure. I need to be able to construct this figure here. Iterate through the character array for each character type, an identical character up or left. So I think I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do the following. I think I want a dictionary that goes from a character to a hash set of positions, values. I think if I have this will be really helpful for me. Because then I can say things like the following. I can say board, parsed board. I can do things like the following. I can say parsed board of A, right? This will tell me all of the positions that the figure A occupies. And then I can say, just get the top left one and get the bottom right one. And then that becomes my figure width and height. Yeah. So I think if I do it this way, it will be helpful from going from a string to ASCII. And Shy Programmer, be sure to use !Q to ask your questions. Yeah, so we'll take a look at we have a couple questions here. Let's look at those before this is going to take me a minute. So it's take me a couple minutes here. So let's look at the questions. We got a few questions here. Oh, review labels on Discord. Okay. And don't worry about asking. Questions are more than welcome here all the time. We'll take a quick break here. We'll take a look. Idrinth was asking about these labels. The website builder ignores build request. Okay, so this feels like a lot of labels for one thing. So what I would say is there's a lot of effort here. It's a lot of effort here doing that. Okay. This feels like, for me, this would be putting too much stuff on a single. I feel like I'd be putting too much stuff on a single post. Yeah, so I would want to optimize that. This feels like a lot of work to do it. Bug, and then followed by like who would be good to start. So it feels like too many to me. But I see like the colon here says, these are like the groups, right? Difficulty colon, then you have a bunch of different difficulties. Feels like a lot to me. That's my initial thought. Too many labels. Fewer labels is better. As few labels as you can possibly muster. Pull off would be what I would suggest. Shy Programmer says, sorry if I have a lot of questions, but what are the positive and negative, those 3 different ways to test? Since there's more than one, I assume they also kind of work different if I'm allowed. They work differently, yeah. It depends on the differences. Depends on your team, depends on your project. It depends on the framework philosophy. If you want to use what most people use in the .NET world currently, XUnit's the way to go. That's what most people use. If you're a Unity programmer, use NUnit because Unity uses NUnit. And I know nothing about MS tests. That's sort of where it comes in my mind. Yeah, I would definitely go with XUnit, Smab, exactly. Doozy suggesting just iterate through the character array, keeping track of index. You can get row and column via module and offset. Then just have append to the character position set when you encounter it. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Doozy. I'm just going to iterate through here. Oh, this isn't VS Visual Studio anymore. Good question. I hope I kind of answered that question. Okay. So we're iterating through, and we're going to keep track of all of these different things. All these different things. And then at the end, we'll be able to turn them into characters. So yeah, I'm going to iterate too. I'm going to, hang on. We're going to do ASCII board dot remove, replace line endings, split on line endings, environment, not new line. This is going to be our rows. We're just going to iterate through these. Okay. We're going to have a hash set. I guess this doesn't have to be a hash set of position tiles. Okay. Unity's working on it. They're working on it. Yeah, it's really stuck in the past. It's one of the things I dislike most about Unity is essentially stuck on C#8 feature set. It's yeah, they're working on it. Okay, I guess so. I mean, it could be what your professor or whatever is used to as well. Mike Clexon, I've been wanting to write something open source and with a nice UI. Jellyfish doesn't do it for me either. I haven't heard of Jellyfish. I might consider runtime fee if they actually manage to get on my. They're working on it. They are working on it. And Dan, you might be interested to look at some of the stuff I've done. I've used modern C# in Unity projects, using Unity as sort of just like a render. So the project we did last time, I did in C#12. Okay. So we're gonna say for int row equals 0. Row is less than rows dot length. Row plus plus. I'm gonna rename this actually. This is gonna be y. For int x equals 0. X less than rows of y dot length. X plus plus. Because rows and columns, I confuse myself very, very frequently. And we're going to say if Glassy boy, 1, 2, 3, I want to thank you for following me today. Glassy boy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you learn old things because that's what a professor is used to. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they don't know, right? They're probably just doing their best. I hope they're just doing their best. So in this case, I want to say if. Let's get the character out here. Char ch is equal to rows of yx, and we're gonna say if ch is a hash, or ch.is char dot is letter, probably ASCII letter to be safe. Ch tiles dot add new position of xy. So we have a tile if that's the case. Then the next part is going to be if ch dot is ASCII, sorry, char dot is ASCII letter ch. We're gonna do parsed board. We need to add this into this set here. I suppose we could just make it a figure. Have two sets. Doozy, let me help you out with that. Sorry. Let me copy paste that for you. So Doozy had a long. I'm sorry, our bot is not smart enough to know the difference between a link and what you said here. I don't know why it got you a second time. I'm sorry. I got you. I copy and pasted it for you, though. If you want to be extra int total link equals sum row, int index, calculate y by dividing the total remainder of the index. We could do that. We could do that. Yeah, so we could just do a big thing there. The problem would be, so one of the challenges with that, one of the jagged text would cause a problem, right? So if someone did this, we'd run into issues. So if we had a string where someone left off some extra stuff, and just so you know, I've done this before on accident because of like a string formatter, I would run into issues making it a flat array at this point. Or we could parse the slash ends ourselves as we go through. This feels okay to me. We'll call this figures. Figures. Let me think about this. Why is the bot so terrible? Permit? Did I not give you permission? The bot, basically after you've been here for 1 hour, it should let you do that. I don't know what's going on with it. Doozy said, it still accounts for the new lines, but it's more so an exercise both work. Oh, you're suggesting... once you've been here for an hour, the bot stops auto checking. It just prevents. We get some really we've had some really nasty links in the past, so it's just a safety for me more than anything. Okay. All right. So I'm wondering if maybe I just do positioned figure here. I think this might be the way to go, and I'll just update my figure. Yeah, I think this will work nicely. So I can say the nesting's bad. I'm gonna write a method here that says add figure, and this is gonna take in the character and the position like that, and then we'll do some stuff at the end. So it's gonna be a void function, add figure. Yeah, exactly. So instead of the position, the figure here will have the information necessary. So it's like having a bounding box. Shy Programmer, have a beautiful day, my friend. Enjoy playing your games. Good luck, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And then at the end of the day, we'll do some stuff with. But adding a figure looks like this. It's going to say if figures.try_get_value of ch out positioned figure. If we don't have the figure, we're gonna go ahead and add it in. All right, we're gonna say figure is gonna be equal to a new position figure, new figure, and then new at position, like this. Then we'll do figures. Figures of ch is going to be equal to figure. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you so much for hanging out. We got to modify this. Figure equals figure width. The internal figure here, the position doesn't change. So the first time we get this is the important part. The position doesn't change. Positions. Figure is going to be equal to positions dot figure. Can I not do that? What's called elements. It's going to be equal to position dot elements with width. Oh, we have to calculate the new width and new height. This is slightly frustrating. Int, because it's not just the x and y, but it's like the new width and new height. Bottom right. Int width is going to be equal to so the position shouldn't change, right? So we will always encounter the top left corner of the figure first because we're iterating top to bottom, left to right. So this never changes. But the width and height changes. So we actually have to calculate the size of this thing. Oh, so we can do this. We can do this. Bounding box is going to be a new bounding box. From top left, this is going to be our positions dot position, and then the new position like this. Is this right? Can I not make a bounding box this way? Why can't I go to bounding box? What's going on here? Top left. Oh, I can't do it that way. I still have to. Hang on. Do I have an extension method? That's hilarious. I wanted to give it the top left. Do I have create bounding box? Here it is. So I do have a create bounding box. All right. So I have position dot create bounding box of positioned dot position. So I have this bounding box. Alt F12 to peek. Oh, that's a hard key combo for me to type on my keyboard. I like that. I'll have to rebind that. I do like that. F12 is a weird key for me to get to. So I'll have to rebind that. Just because of my carpal tunnel, I'm on my mouse and stuff. Okay. So new figure is going to be equal to positioned dot elements with width equals box dot width, height equals box dot height, and then position be with figure equals new figure. I think this will be element. I hate this code. Let me start off by saying I hate this, but I think we're okay-ish. I hate parts of this. So now that we have this, we should be able to return a new board data, and we'll just say tiles is equal to can I just do tiles like that, and figures is equal to figures dot keys, sorry, values, does let us do this. So the return becomes build this thing up, adding the figure fill. I hate this method. It feels weird. What can't, will it pass? And then we got to get out of here. Make it work, make it pretty. Expected. Actual. Ah, it looks like maybe I didn't make this thing big enough. Let's look. Expected and actual. It looks like we're close, but it kind of looks like I might have just actually built the board incorrectly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 3 right off. Smab, that's actually true for pretty much everything I do. That's why we've made very little progress, but I've had a lot of fun working on this, right? Expected but was. All right, let's look at this. Let me pull this. Pin this. Expected. All right, so it looks like my expected is wrong. We also don't have a dot here. So there's a couple things. 4x4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Must have start bounding box. 6, 5, 4, 4. Are my bounding boxes working differently than I think? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing the bottom part of this. Or we're not parsing all the way to the end. Now I'm not sure. Can you write a simple test or two leading to this to verify the step? Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm trying to understand where I should write the test. I probably should put Intensicode. Welcome back to the stream. I'm thinking I want to add a breakpoint in my to board data. Oh, hang on. My string here is wrong. Look, my string here is wrong. This is what I'm parsing, so of course it's not doing the right thing. I need to put in that. I wasn't parsing the right thing. Okay. Look the same. Oh no. They look the same, everybody. We have extra code there. Oh no. Oh, they don't. Look, I wrote, again. I wrote... Alright. Classic skill issue. Hang on. This one should be 2 wide, 1 tall. This is 2 wide, 1 tall. Alright. There we go. All right. There was one bug in the string I was doing, and then one bug down here. Okay. All right. I feel good about that. I needed to look at the strings together. All right. All right. Man, we done did it. We done did it. Yeah, so you don't have to touch them again. Exactly. I'm a little worried that my constructor for these are going to change drastically, and so I have a fear about that. Let's see what our format says. Now I can start on today's work. Yeah, this is all the pre-work. This is my, you know how you take your pre-workout to get that protein in you, get that energy before you start. All right, let's double check, make sure there's nothing crazy that I'm about to commit. Oh yeah, this code is nasty-ish. It's not the worst code I've ever written, but it's pretty bad. When they do change all the tests that use the string build plus string will be protected. That's true. Maybe. All right. Added this test. And board editor should. And then started writing another test and didn't finish it. Okay. So in this case, let's go down to our git bash. Git status, git reset, tests, board editor, bash chat. How you doing, friend? Hope you've been well. Git commit -m. Feat. You big into React? Not really. I'm not anti-React. Let me say that I've used React years ago. Years ago, I used React. Implement. Implement. ASCII board.from string. Is that what we called it? To board data. There's a conference streaming this week for free. Ooh. Okay. All right, so we have that. Unfortunately, I think we're out of time, so I can't actually work on the thing I wanted to do. ASCII board load from string, nice. Okay. We'll be back. So here's the deal. I am out of town. Normally I stream Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. No promises, but I think I'll be back tomorrow. Normally I stream Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. And that's next week, Smab. Awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna go raid if Practical NPC is still going. We're gonna go raid Godot official channel. Practical NPC is working on. Let's go see if they're still on here. Godot. Oh, come on, Godot. Really? Godot Engine official. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Godot Engine official. Practical NPC is actually streaming himself working on Mechanically Challenged. So we're gonna raid over there. Miss Tess, hi, thanks a lot for helping me with the auth question. Moved to Supabase. Awesome. So glad to hear it. Miss Tess, welcome back to the stream. Folks, for making it this far, for hanging out with me this whole time, we're gonna give everyone 500 points. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We're gonna raid. Why? Oh, did they get their name? Oh, that was weird. Did you see that? Firefox is weird. We're gonna raid Godot official because we're working on Mechanically Challenged, which is a project that Moon and I are hosting. I hope you guys will take a chance to look at it. Mechanically Challenged is your opportunity to get involved with the community and implement some fun game mechanics. But I gotta get out of here. I gotta get ready for work. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm doing a little bit of work, then I'm gonna sleep a little bit later today. I will be back tomorrow. I'm saying 90% I'll be back tomorrow. If I'm not back tomorrow, I'm sorry. And then I'll be back Wednesday. Have a beautiful day. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I will see you then. Bye-bye. Smab, I'll push it. Have a beautiful day. See you guys.